Alright, so it's super duper foggy outside, and with nothing better to do, I think I'm going to borrow my brother's truck, and it has 4-wheel drive and a low gear train and locking differentials. And so I think I'm going to go up into the mountains and see if I can get above the fog and take some cool pictures. I think I'm going to go on like a photography quadding trip. That sounds fun. So here's the bag I've been using for a while, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. Here's where a quad would go, but the quad really has to be low profile. Like, it really has to be a pretty flat quad in order to fit in there. And then underneath this is where this transmitter goes. But I also just recently got this bag. Opens from, you know, the outside like a normal backpack does, while this low pro one opens from the back. You can stack your quads like, they can be really tall quads, and you can stack several in there. Is that okay? Yeah, that's all right. It's goggles, full of batteries. Ooh, check that out. Check this out. Oh man. Okay, tripod. Nice. Let's get above this freezing fog. Oh, buddy. Wow. Well, I probably should have worn hiking boots, but no, these are fine. All right, well, I'm determined. Ooh. I'm just gonna go hiking up this hill and see if I can find some good compositions to take some pictures of. I hardly see my truck already. How deep is that? It's a bit creepy over there. This tripod's getting really cold. But hiking keeps you warm. Talking keeps me sane. Because the fog's pretty creepy. Just kind of imagining a mountain lion or a pack of wolves. There's a lot of wolves in these mountains. You know, anything just kind of creeping out of the fog is kind of terrifying. I think I like this composition here because there's that branch with good ice on it and some berries sticking out past the other ones, and there's this dark, deep, foggy background with trees. So I think if I zoom in and focus on that bit, wide open aperture, 105 millimeters. I think that might look interesting. Get some extra focus here. Pickled. That's nice. Next, here's the one I took a picture last time. I just moved it, tripod past the fence. I like this one too. I've got this branch right here sticking out all by itself with a ton of ice on it, and this deep, dark, foggy tree background over there. So zoom in, F4, got some pretty shallow depth of field, manual focus on the branch. I think this one's going to be good. Okay, I just got all my SD cards emptied at the truck, fog cleared, looks like an ocean, it's awesome, I can actually see things. All right, let's go find a cool view. Oh my gosh, everything's so frosty and neat. The fog's already come back, and it's just gonna, come on. I got past the clear weather. Fog's back. I think I'll stick this on a quad. Far, but I've got to figure out a better way to attach that. Oh, my camera is not even there. My camera has flown off. That's weird. Okay, well, I got the expensive camera, got the quad. I actually kind of found it by pointing my antenna in different directions, seeing where the telemetry RSSI signal is strongest. So I feel kind of clever, but it's a black camera too. Oh. Okay, I'm wasting no time with this one. I've learned that if you sit in the truck long enough, the fog will clear eventually. And then you just gotta run, start it as soon as possible, and hopefully I'll get more than like 4 pictures without the fog in the way. I mean, that looks pretty cool, yeah? It's basically sunglasses. Limits the amount of light getting in. And the hood. Let's hope it keeps looking pretty cool. The wind's actually coming from this way now, so the fog is like coming off the mountain and going downhill, which is pretty weird because the fog just like blows up the hill. But right now it's going the other way. It's like a tide receding. It's really weird. And there's fog again, so I'm just gonna try and see if I can get this car turned around without getting in a ditch and maybe go up a different road so I can, because this is just a roadblock and I think I can definitely get higher. All right, mountain road number 2. Here's a nice sign telling you about the weird cult Jesus guy that lived here in like the 1800s. All right, up the hill. Oh, this is awesome. What an awesome view. Just here in time for sunset. You know, I haven't actually eaten today. I just had some coffee this morning. Whew. It's gonna taste so good. And then you just get a giant burrito. I wish I had more than one camera, but this is going. It's shooting raw, and it's shooting every second. So I should probably be getting some good shots. But still, there's so many other perspectives I'd like to be getting right now. Yo, those are definitely like fresh dog or wolf prints. Just in case you wanted to know more about that, well, I hope you enjoyed that spontaneous adventure. I like to take this as a quick teaching opportunity to explain what fog is, or how it works, or why it exists. So the atmosphere is like a cup, and it can hold a finite amount of water. Now there are two ways that you could get this cup to overflow. You could either increase the amount of water in the cup, or you could decrease the size of the cup. Now the thing about the atmosphere, or about air, is that it can hold more water if it's warmer. The warmer the air is, the more water it can hold, or the higher the pressure, the more water it could hold. If you were to take this glass and you were to shrink it or cool the air down, then eventually it would reach 100% humidity, it'd be saturated, and the water would overflow. Or in air's case, the water would have nowhere to go except for to saturate and condense into a cloud or fog. Another thing to note is that the atmosphere is compressed by gravity, and the standard atmosphere at sea level is 15 degrees Celsius and 29.92 inches of mercury. That's a measurement of pressure. And then for every 1,000 feet of altitude gain, the temperature decreases by 2 degrees Celsius and the pressure decreases by 1 inch of mercury. That's why clouds normally form at a certain altitude and this like flat, you know, at the bottom, because that's the point where the atmosphere is cold enough and the pressure is low enough that the moisture reaches 100% humidity and it condenses into a cloud. It's also why you might see a temporary cloud forming over the upper surface of an airplane wing in moist conditions, or in a shock wave, or over a mountain in a lenticular cloud. Basically, when the air encounters extreme changes in temperatures and pressures, then the moisture in the air is ripped out of it and it forms a temporary cloud, and then it gets reabsorbed after the pressure is normal again. Like I said, the standard is 29.92 inches of mercury, but right here, right now, it's like 30 point something. It's quite a bit higher than normal. So that's why we're experiencing really good weather above the fog. And with this good weather and this low amount of wind and the stable atmosphere, the cold, dense air is able to sink and flow and fill this valley like a bowl. And then it condenses into a dense, soupy fog that just sits here. Ugh. Anyways, it was so nice to just get above it and then to actually feel the warmth of the sun and get some cool pictures. I hope you enjoyed. See you later with something more normal of mine. Unless you really like this format, then tell me about it. Anyways.